we all know this is a gunslinger. He's a young guy, he's very confident in his arm, very confident in his reads. And if you look at it, here, it's third down, and you have their DB package in. You bring an empty backfield out, then they're going to go man-to-man, 6 guys, 6 DBs on the 6 receivers. So we're trying to pick up the first down. Like I said, we're at 3rd and 6. There's Zach Ertz right there by the sticks. Just deliver the simple throw to Ertz, but instead he wants to be a gunslinger, go over the top to Matthews. And to be honest with you, I didn't know what he was seeing because at no point did I see Matthews open at any point during this play. I mean, it was really good coverage by the DB. He understood what the route was. He played it perfectly, turned his head around, made sure he engaged the receiver a little bit, pressed him out a little bit, and he went for it. The kid went out there and executed the offense. Look, he understood and recognized who he was throwing to. So what does he do? He throws at the highest point to the tallest receiver on the team, DGB. He goes out there, completes the pass, and it's easy when you have a guy that big. Just running a simple dig route, comes out of the break, understands that this guy's a lot shorter than he is, William Gay, and he had a tough day. Look right here. It's supposed to be a bubble screen. You have Nelson Aguilar in the inside blocking William Gay. But instead, William Gay sees it, analyzes it, and goes to make the play. But if you look at Carson, he doesn't get wavered by it. He turns around, sees Nelson, they get eye contact, and here, boom. Now you have a 6-yard gain as opposed to being a loss, a pick, or going the other way. In breaking down the film, I did see some things in which, it was just a little assignment bust here, a guy not bringing his feet through a tackle here. Just little things that were just stupid mistakes, which they didn't do the previous 3 games. And I think that's where they are. They're still a good enough team that I think they were better than the Washington Redskins, but they just didn't put themselves in a good position by finishing plays, understanding where their gap presence is, and the biggest thing of all, understanding what their personnel is. You got to help the rookie, Big V, out there on an island against one of the best pass rushers in the league. That just didn't work. I kind of understand what they're going to try to do to the kid, to the young guy. They're going to try to, make sure they handcuff the guys outside because they don't feel as though they can beat you. But can your running game, can those tight ends, can those running backs really open it up for you guys?
Yeah, and I really do believe that.
Yeah, my boy BG, Brandon Graham, come to take over on Takeover Tuesday, and we're going back to Detroit, his hometown. Let's go.
And it better not be the same outcome as
No,
last
it won't.
year.
It's not Turkey Day, but we're going to give them some jive turkey.
Oh, yeah.
Okay, Barrett.
You have your horses back. You got a couple of horses back in the race. Ertz is back, McKelvin's back. What does that change as far as the locker room presence now?
It just adds more depth for us. A lot of guys who had to step up during that time did.
You're tied in with the Eagles, over in practice, and you see things that, a lot of people don't see. But Bryce Triggs, and I've heard a lot of rumbling about him as far as him being a speed guy that can really take the top off and not get an opportunity. You think there's at any point, if they don't go with this trade, that they would, activate him?
I definitely think that they are thinking about that.
And looking at it, and I was a firm believer that this team wasn't going to do that. I didn't think that you guys were going to come back. But the first half just seemed like you guys were a little stagnant. You weren't flying around like usual. It wasn't an effort thing. But I saw more enthusiasm the first 3 games as opposed to what I saw this game. I think that would lead things to snowball a little bit for you.
Yeah, and, those penalties does take the air out of you sometimes.
He looks like a veteran out there.
I think that has a lot to do with the confidence they have in him running that 2-minute offense this last game. And Seth, we talked about it for, beginning of the game on how it took the fans out the game, how it established them as a team that not only runs the ball, but they can pass the ball consistently with a rookie quarterback.
Well, I wasn't too happy with the, pass mentality to open the game.
He was constantly harassed back there, and it wasn't like they were blitzing. It was just pure pass rush, getting to him, moving him around in the pocket a lot, and he was uncomfortable back there, so he couldn't make the big plays. And when he did go to try to make the big plays, there was somebody on his shoulder letting him know, hey, I got you right here. I was almost here. And you don't like that as a quarterback. His game plan should be exactly the same as he had with Alex Smith when he was in Kansas City. They bring the same intangibles to the game. Guys that can run around, pretty good athlete, can hose it a little bit, get the ball down the field. And I think that's going to help. They're going to run plays in which they're going to specialize his athletic talent. They're going to like waggle plays where they pull a guard to escort him out, naked plays to get him out there on an edge, so you can keep pass rushers off of him. They don't want him to sit in one place. They want to move around, create those matchup nightmares against defenses so guys can get open farther down the field. They have the full range of what they want to play, whether it's 23 personnel, that's 2 running backs and 3 tight ends, 13, 1 running back, 3 tight ends. They can run anything through that offense now. We all know that Doug Peterson runs a very, very good offense, especially when he has all his weapons. They're going to go through, they're going to evaluate this game, all the teams. This goes out to all the 31 other teams. They're going to evaluate what he can do. But he still hasn't shown everything. You know, they didn't open up the whole offense to him, even though they didn't, hold anything back from him either. He ran a pro-style offense. They didn't sugarcoat anything. They made sure that he went out there and ran scat protection, was the hardest protection to run because you have 5 offensive linemen blocking against everybody else. They put him out there. They knew there were going to be some free blitzers. They let him evaluate the defense, throw to the open receiver. That just shows how good he is as a player.